Hello everyone, it is June 29th, 2019, 12:39 p.m. here in New York City. So in this video, we're going to be using the Pendragon321 Proprietary market analysis system to analyze the following products. SPY, that's the S&P500 ETF. SMH, that's the Semi-Conductor ETF. GC, that's Gold Futures. CL, that's Crude Oil Futures. BTC, Bitcoin Futures. And Tesla. So let's get right to it. Alright, first up, we should be looking at SPY. Alright, so remember the Pendragon 3 steps analytical process. First, we're going to look at signal and trends, then bearings, then price levels. So, what happened is that S&P, what we had is, if you look at the chart, we have this L that got triggered on Thursday. So that means is, as of Thursday and last Friday, we now have a long signal on the daily chart for SPY. Okay, so as everyone know, the market is fairly strong. We're still on all three time frame, still up. So let's see how this long signal gonna work out. All right, and as always, you can use the low of this pivot low, which is on Wednesday. That is a temporary stop loss point if you want, and the green line is first potential support, and the other possible strong support is 286.15 and 285.16 because they kind of close to each other. So in other words, if the market drop below the 291.80 ish level, it might go to the next level down there. Okay, so let's see how this thing turn out. So we actually have a very recent long signal in SPY. So next up, we're gonna look at SMH. That's the Semi-Conductor Index. Previously, this is kind of like a market leader, all right? And so far, it's kind of been like that as well. If you look at it, last week, let's go back to SPY for a second. SPY actually have a little bit retracement and slightly attempt at a bounce, whereas SMH, the Semiconductor Index, actually has been going up. Okay, it's been going up for since Tuesday actually, and notice how it touched right here on Tuesday. This line right here, it touched this the intersection or the convergence area between the green line and the pink line. And remember, we say every time when you have few numbers converging around the same price level, that's a potentially strong price level, either support or resistance. And lo and behold, that's indeed what happened. So SMH, and right now it also gave us a uptrend alert now. So now, even though semiconductor has been kind of weak ever since we started this trade war, but right now as of Friday, it gave us our first this uptrend signal. So now on all three time frame now, we have this bias to the upside. Okay, and also they are now the price of both all three price lines. Doesn't mean it's gonna go straight up, but right now the bias is definitely totally upside. So if you want, you can use these price levels. These lines are below it, so they are possible support levels. Use them as your potential entry level if you haven't gotten yet, or add-on level. All right, so watch this. So right now, SMH is quite strong. So basically, right now, you look at the bro market in general, SPY and SMH is actually kind of strong. So let's see what Monday brings us. All right, and this is just from a technical analysis point of view. Next, we're gonna look at gold. Okay, GC. First of all, gold. Let's see. Okay, it's an uptrend on the weekly chart, and obviously uptrend on the daily chart. So on a 2 out of 3 time frame, we're in the upside, and actually, obviously, gold went up quite a bit. Now, the interesting thing is that last Thursday, gold touched, even since from Wednesday, it tried to reach the green line, it couldn't quite reach it on Wednesday. And on Thursday, it dipped below a little bit and bounced right back up. And on Friday, it has a little uprise, but it closed kind of low. So there's no signal here. But if you are quick about it, I would say a very short term, even a day trade, if you want to trade, a bounce off the green line, you could. And then should have gotten out already. Let's say you got in at, let's see what the price level is. On Thursday, the power line is 1405.2. 1405.2. So that's it, you're getting at 1405.2. And the high at Friday was 1427.8. Obviously, you're not going to get the, the top tick, the last tick, but that's still a good over $20 profit margin you can have for a day trade. That's not so bad, or for a quick trade. So you can, because the only thing is that, if you want, it's a quick bounce, a quick trade, because there's no solid signal here. But overall, right now, the price is, even though still above 3, but it's kind of showing a little bit of weakness right now. So let's see what happened at this green level right here, 1406. If you drop below that, the next level is going to go to, it's either 1384 right here on the weekly chart, or 1377 on the daily chart. Because after all, gold has been going up quite a bit now, and this could be due to the tension in Iran and the Persian Gulf, also in Hong Kong, and maybe G20. But I think those are slowly to subside a little bit. Okay, or maybe not, who knows. So, but that's something we need to be cautious about. Bottom line is that there are no trading signal right now, so we don't have to be so eager to jump into a position. Okay, we just have to watch this market as it unfolds. And after all, it did rise up quite a bit, in the last couple of weeks. So usually gold traditionally been quite weak. Okay, and and now it's from the July's Fed meeting is still a while to go. So anything could happen between there and then. And let's see. Now, next thing we're gonna look at crude oil, CL. So crude oil, we actually, let me blow this up a little bit. We actually have our on a short signal on the daily chart. Okay, even though on all three time frames to the downside. So crude oil market is weak and it's been going quite up. It got quite strong the last couple weeks. So it basically went up enough so us to short it on a higher price. Only thing is, remember, look at this. The green line and the purple line, they are quite close to each other. So what that is saying is that this could be a strong potential support level. This is the first strong level, support level that the market must crack. If it crack below this, let's see what happens at this 55.97, 55.71 level. Okay, you see how these two price levels fairly close to each other, 55.71 and 55.97. That's another strong support level. Okay, so if the crude oil is going to stage a rally, these two support have to hold. If they don't hold, we can have another leg down. Okay, and if it goes up, if it goes above this 59, 55-ish level, the next level is 74. So right now it's actually at a critical level. Okay, and right now, honestly, from all this kind of thing right now, they are. All three possibility is it's a strong possibility. You can either go up to 74.09, or it's a challenge on the downside. But more likely, for the next little bit while, you might be staying in a trading range. Okay, between 59 and 55.71, or even a little bit above the previous high, which was at 66. So most likely, crude oil would be in a trading range a little bit, because after all, you had the 60.80, this pink line on the weekly chart, and this 59, they're fairly close to each other. That can act as a magnet, attract the price level. And don't forget, you had this 58 whole bunch thing over there. So between 58 to 60, almost 61, that $3 range could be your next trading range for crude oil for a little bit, maybe throughout the summer. So that's something to pay attention to. All right, next thing we're gonna look at is BTC Bitcoin. Was requested by my viewer, customer. Thank you. So Bitcoin, this is kind of interesting. Already, you notice we had a long signal from a few weeks back. This long signal right here, and we make quite. If you follow the signal, you would make a lot of money. Okay, quite substantial amount of profit. And on last Wednesday, when he had this one bar, single explosive bar to the top, you should have at least lock in partial, some of your profit. All right, and lo and behold, the next day it dropped right back, and now it come back up a little bit. So right now, you can even from this, Bitcoin is very volatile. So on Thursday, it tried to reach the pink line right here on the daily chart. It did not quite reach it. So that's why it went back up. And now it's above all three lines again. So Bitcoin at this point, it's really, really volatile. So sometimes this happens. Sometimes when you have something that just like go all crazy, the best thing to do is actually take a step back. Okay? If you already loaned it, I would say at this point, it's up to you. I would probably close out at least partially, if not all of it, just to wait for a little bit or save a very little small position to see what happened. At this point, let's let the market play itself out. There's no need to be a hero here. All right, a lot of times when people are going crazy and the market are going crazy as well, and honestly nobody really know what's going on, take a step back. And Bitcoin, the reason for this recent surge is very obviously something as gold, except they move, it's basically gold on steroid. Okay, Bitcoin has become the new, I guess, 10 times leverage or 100 times leverage of gold. Okay, you can attribute to the Persian Gulf, Iran crisis, the situation in Hong Kong, the G20, and whole bunch of other stuff, geopolitical tension. So that's why people all of a sudden, they're rushing into Bitcoin as a way to either hedge the asset or another way to transfer the asset out. Okay, so that's something we're gonna pay attention. So I'm probably gonna continue to pay attention to Bitcoin. So, but right now I would just take a step back, and look how the chart. If you don't have to trade, you don't have to trade. Okay, don't trade it. Just see how that confirms to our system. Okay, that's my advice right now. Finally, let's look at Tesla. That's another viewer suggested symbol. So Tesla, last week we have a short signal, and I remember, if I remember correctly, in the last video when I did this, I did mention, say, look, you can take a short position, but just beware, the green and the pink line, because that could be a possible strong support. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, right? That would be your first profit target. Okay, and if you drop below that 210 right here on the weekly chart, shows next profit target. But obviously, when it touched the intersection of green and pink line, it stopped right there. You see that? And it bounced back up, even though it didn't go up too much. But basically, it's kind of in a trading range, try to hugging toward those lines. So this short signal is still not being invalidated yet. But I would actually, honestly, I would have taken a lot of profits already when they hit here, or even get out. Okay, and now it's kind of churning a little bit. So let's just sit back and see where it's going to go. If it's going to go up, it's going to have a break up to the upside. Okay, we all know what the next level is. This is 273.53 level, which is very close. It has this other harmony number, whatever. I gotta come with a better term, 274.81. So that could be a possible strong support right there. Okay, so that's the breakup. And if it breaks down, if this thing finally, after this about a week now trading range, if you break down below this 216 level, the next one I'm going to watch out is 210.60. Could be another leg going down another $6 to 210. And once you drop this 210 on the weekly chart, that's another leg down. Okay, so that's the price action for Tesla. All right, so we cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products fairly quickly. Again, once you master the Pendragon 3 steps, the market becomes fairly transparent and obvious. All right, a lot of times, I want to leave you with this. A lot of times, just like Jesse Livermore said, I'm paraphrasing here. Sometimes the best action is no action. Just wait for the market to come to you. Okay, we have all these price lines to lean against, and we can have the market. And that's part of trading discipline is all about. Trading with discipline is all about. All right, so that concludes this week's video. I thank you for watching, and please give me any comment and suggestions, especially the stocks or instruments. We could do forex as well. We can do futures. We could do stocks or ETF. Anything you want to see analyzed. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and take care. Remember, always trade with passion and with discipline. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.